Hello and welcome everybody back here to another episode of the Adamantine Direnni. We are Duke Ethelor the Careless, or rather Kinlord Ethelor the Careless, and we took Ovius in, I believe, the last episode, and are now just waiting out this good old plague, typhoid fever. Not sure if anybody got it. We're just a drunkard. No, but nobody got it. Okay, so we're safe. We're just waiting it out, you know. And I was looking around at the direct vessels here, and as you can see, Emperor Emmerich the Cruel, he's fucking 90. Are you serious? He is fairly isolated when it comes to power. Evermore, very, very strong vessel. You have some provinces here and there that belong to Emmerich, but everything in the core of Wayrest doesn't belong to him. Daggerfall down here, there's no de jure, of course. Daggerfall down here, very solidified and led by Casimir the Ugly. I mean, no surprise there, he's a Breton. But in the meantime, so this, I think, once the Daggerfall Covenant falls apart, this will be a very interesting scenario here. I introduced Mutsara Salva of Darissa to Talinger, hoping they could get along, but apparently Mutsara Salva of Darissa, why do you always just put down the entire title? Was not interested in making an effort. Well, I can't be mad at him. He tried to join on our side in our offensive war for our first province outside of Belfiera. I've also been looking at our family. I really, really like Erosa Direnni. You know, she's a flawed character. She's humble, wrathful, she's zealous, paranoid. She's perfect. Then we have our other daughter, Artyril. Artyril, okay. Informs that Untermir Bondelesel is suffering from the current epidemic. Having him stay with the rest of you inside these walls will put you at risk. Untermir Bondelesel, well, help him in any way you can. Yeah, Talinger, absolutely treat him, because this man might be, yeah, there you go. He might become my son-in-law. I've noticed that Angoril and Artera are not the best of terms. Not on the best of terms. A situation I have to remedy. I have invited them both for some quality family time in Adamantine. I still can't read. What is going on here? So she... Wait, what? Oh, right. Yeah, my nephew. I remember everything now. So my nephew really can't deal with Arteril, can he? Family first. Let's try to get them together. Show them the truth about this world. Sudden gurgling and feeling of pressure in your gut is all the warning you have before you are forced to make a dash for the privy. Alas, we have gained diarrhea. Let's not talk too much about that. Talinger states that his extensive medical experience leads him to the certain conclusion that you are developing slow fever. He insists that you follow his instruction, of course. Artaril, Angrel and I, while I was on the toilet, had the greatest time together. I'm sure they like each other better now. Well, I mean... I think people, I think they bonded over me having to run to the toilet all the time. Having a bit of diarrhea, that connects people, it brings people together. It makes them realize how good they have it if somebody else unrelated to them has diarrhea themselves. To reduce your symptoms, Talinger brought you a bubbling potion and instructed you to drink it. This is a potion of resist disease, he elaborated. It should work, but please inform me if you continue to feel unwell. And apparently it did nothing. We still are on the toilet day in, day out. The sun rises, we go to the toilet, the sun goes down, we're still on the toilet. Crazy life. Sharp pains in your abdomen cause you to clutch at your stomach. Abdominal pain, oh. Pretty old these days. Yeah, I'm old now. Telling your educated guesses that you are in an early stages of gout, whatever that is. He insists that you follow his instructions. Very well. Please, don't let me die. I'm not ready. Tellinger recommended that to minimize the effect of diarrhea, you should eat plenty of fruit and freshly baked bread. Sounds alright. Yeah, I'm glad I hired my best friend Tellinger. Fury Kaskar. Claim on Johanna. Yeah, he just conquered Johanna, I remember that. One moment you're shivering, the next you're sweating, and overall you feel awful. What an awful time. Yeah, we've gained the fever now. We've everything. This is like... If we've ever been close to death, this is it. Could ask him for a title, but I think we're busy on the toilet. Seek treatment for illness. Yes, please. Telling states, blah blah, slow fever. Alright, whatever you say, buddy. We've already done that. Doesn't really help me. Don't open the gates. Do not open the gates. Could ask him for a title again, but let's be real, he won't give me a title. He doesn't like me, and he certainly won't give me anything. Oh my god. You feel as if you're burning up, and at times you have difficulties distinguishing between dreams and reality. You have contracted slow fever. So we lose all these traits, and instead get typhoid fever. Doesn't tell me if it's a very severe illness, or form of the illness rather. Okay, let's spend some money. Yeah, let's spend some money on a cure disease scroll, and let's hope that it works. Ah, you see, a scroll of cure disease never fails. Let's go, we failed our disease. We are not dying on the toilet, okay? We're not... I almost spoiled Game of Thrones just now. I held myself back, so be thankful if you haven't watched it. But we're not that person that dies on the toilet, alright? We survive, and we will keep surviving. I would really like to open the gates because I want to hold a feast. What's our only son doing anyway? Tell me about it. Ankatar Direnni. Indolent, he's 11, so he's gonna get a proper focus, an education focus very soon. Yeah, there you go. Now he gets a focus. Ooh. Ooh. Now, I was regretting giving him etiquette as a childhood focus, but we came out with martial education as what we should pick for it, so let's do it. Absolutely. You know, we have 3 children. We're not going to get any more. Let's be honest here. It's 1 gold. Come on, dude. We have 3 children. You know, we have Urosa, who will be our heir, and she is a wonderful magistrate. She's amazing at taking care of our realm. Then we have Artaril, who will definitely be our spy master, and takes care of all the business that should be in the shadows for our family. And then we have Ankotar, the leader of our future armies. I think we have a wonderful combination that is absolutely in the sense of Othello's wishes. Now, if our kids will actually behave that way, something different. But what I do know is that since he's focused on family ever since we took him over, he definitely has an interest to keep his clan together, you know, to strengthen the dynasty and the family, and to show every kid that they have to take care of their next, you know, relatives first, and then of everybody else. And I think we are in a very good position for the next generation here to do some expanding once Othello bites the dust. My content lifestyle costs a bit, but I don't mind paying for it. It's only 1 gold. I really actually don't mind paying for it. Okay, I'm just checking if you're outstanding imperial loans. Now, what does that mean? Is there an imperial bank in this? We'll find out eventually. Your steward, Pure Downmill, wants to talk about the old tunnels under the castle. The argument is that they should be maintained better now that times are rough. You never know when you'll have to get out, and quickly. What a splendid idea. Faded map of the tunnels, or... oh, I see what you're doing. I'm not telling you anything. You know, I don't think that Othello is somebody that distrusts people that are close to him, like the steward, for example. Actually, I don't actually like the steward, do I? You know what? I'm not giving you any plans, buddy. I would have done it otherwise, but I saw that we actually don't like the steward, and I think that's reason enough to not let him work in the tunnels. Stop. What is wrong with Edric? Why does everybody hate Edric? Doesn't have any claims. Soul Shriven? Wait, what? Just a normal priory, I don't understand. I tried to get a good night's sleep, but I'm tormented by horrible recurring nightmares of our people. The pleas for help and the hurtful words begin to get to me. Now, I think he was stressed once. Nah, you know what? Let's gain stressed again. I know we lost it once, but hey, this dude is not going to close it. He had typhoid fever. He's not going to risk having his wife, you know, diarrhea all over the place. So, no, we're not opening the gates. It is as simple as that. There's a lot of sicknesses going around as well, isn't there? Let's take a look here at what else is going on. So yeah, oh, what is going on here? Kvatch has been banished. Now, this is still the kingdom of Kvatch, but Kvatch, like the actual Kvatch, is held by Baron Sabash of Hafar. How come? Tell me about the title. Conquered as leader of an uprising. I understand. So this was an uprising. They are following the Alakir. Ooh, what? Yeah, that is clearly... very, very clearly... Red Guards trying to do some incursions into Cyrodiil. Valenwood is still getting eaten up. There's a Somerset revolt here against Queen Irene. What is the goal of that revolt? Civil war for Gavelkind. Gavelkind? I don't actually know how to pronounce it. So they want to weaken Alenor, which is very, very common for the AI. It makes a lot of sense from an individual standpoint of all the, you know, nobles here, because they want a piece of the cake. And if you weaken the central focal point of the empire, which is the emperor and all their offspring, then you strengthen your own position. And I think that, what is the inheritance law over here? It is elective. Oh, right, because they're patricians. I still think that the Daggerfall Covenant will actually disappear once Emmerich dies, but we'll see about it. Anyway, young Ankatar is showing tendencies to be more of a doer than a thinker. Yes, that would be a kind way to describe it. I should focus him to teach... I should teach him bravery. Or he should do this his own thing. Dull. Now, let's try to... Yeah. Oh, he just became dull and... he became dull anyway. So he's not the smartest of the bunch, but you know how it is. You know, some people don't... You don't have to be smart, alright? That's just a matter of fact. And he's terrible at being a martial man. The world is a dangerous place, and devious plots are everywhere. Rumors... Why would you try to kill my son? What did he ever do to you? Kidnap? Stop kidnapping me, please. Who are you? Why are you my rival? I swear to God, dude. Can I imprison you? No, apparently not. Yes, stop backing this plot, please. You moron. End this plot, yes. Oh, I remember this man. I hate him. He's ambitious too. He's everything I hate. He's everything I'm not. And he's celibate. Now that is something that I do want to hear. Well, Matt, your demand is just. Were you the man that we took the... Yeah, we took Aveus from you. I mean, it's very obvious why he wants to kidnap us, isn't it? But I will not forgive this kind of insolence. Oh, and the Malekith Uprising. Snag. He's a real treat, isn't he? Boom. What a joke. I'm on fire in this series. My treasured Bretonnian palfrey passed away peacefully this morning. It was truly a member of my family, and I shall miss the poor creature dearly. Let's see. That horse has been with us ever since we took over. Bury him in the castle garden. Or we hold a funeral for him. Butcher the carcass for meat. We need all the food we can get. Tell me about... Where can I see how much food we have left? Because I can't... And yeah, the illness is still in our house here. Or in our city, rather. You know what? We're gonna... hold a funeral in honor of this horse. And then once everything is over, we will get a new horse. Not equipped, huh? Why do we have so many books? Fundaments of Alchemy. When did I get this book? I acquired it. I didn't write this book. Strange. I will unequip you, I believe. Yeah, absolutely. And instead I will equip you. This should be book 3 out of 3, right? That's how this works, no? Yeah, book 3 out of 3. Mount 1 out of 1. Okay. I will, you gotta be honest with you. Mounts are special. You have to treat them well and treat them right. Let's go to the marketplace if we can. We cannot. Right, understandable. A daughter was born to a Napika named Litika. Now, what is this lady? She's an Ayleid, wow. Wow, that is. We have a pure Ayleid again. I thought both of these were... Oh, both of these are Ayleids. I had no clue. I thought both of these were... Like, one was High Elf and the other was an Ayleid, but apparently not. King Tristan the Jackal. Oh, wow. So Evermore is now under control of Emmerich himself. He outlived King Tristan the Jackal of Evermore. Because he died of the Crimson Plague and Typhoid Fever. So this shifts the balance of power a lot here. Because now Daggerfall isn't as powerful as they once were. And Evermore is no longer the power in the east that can, you know, tell Wayrest what to do, essentially. Now that they are united under one banner, I don't believe that there's much of a chance for actually turning against them eventually. Kingdom of High Rock. Could I create this one, or is it culture specific? It doesn't appear to be culture specific, so let me just... Oh. Well, there you go. Oh, okay. Edward II of Way... Okay, so what happened here is that Emmerich died. We didn't get to see it. What did he die of? Natural death. 93. Incredible. He died, and because he was only a merchant, what happened is that... Jesus, Wayrest is much stronger because of Evermore. What happened is that the title, the Empire level title of High Rock, or rather of the Daggerfall Covenant, ceased existing. What's going on over here? Wait, 1 second. Oust High King Joran the Skald King from power. You should be able to do that, right? Where's the... Oh, no. Herman will destroy him, I think. And because of this, the Daggerfall Covenant stopped existing, and the Bretons are back to infighting, and of course, Duke Athola the Careless understands politics, you know? He understands why he swore fealty, why he bent the knee, why he decided to bow his head to a Breton king, or rather an emperor, despite the Bretons being the children of his kind. Because, you know, it was the Direnni dynasty that started to mix with Nedic humans, I think it is how it's pronounced. So those are, you know, the Nords and so on, and they mixed and created the Bretons. And he, of course, believes that the Altmer, even if impure in this case, because he is impure, that the Altmer are superior. Wait, where's my impurity? Oh, right there it is. Are superior to the Bretons. But even now he knows, he knows oh so well, that Wayrest still is in power. Especially because King Edward II of Wayrest is also the king of Evermore. Now, maybe that will end in time if Evermore were to rebel, but as you can see here, the rebellious Bretons got independence instead of just being part of New Wayrest and Evermore as a united kingdom. However, Duke Athola the Careless respects authority, and he knows that he cannot get wiped out. He has to survive, his people have to survive, and the Guardians of Adamantine, or Adamantia as they call it in the Altmer tongue, they have to remain. If Adamantia, one of the towers that hold together all creation in Tamriel, goes to the humans, that would be a great shame. So, once King Edward II of Wayrest takes over, House Hawley, he goes to him and says, I will swear fealty to you if you offer me protection. And Edward II says yes. I hope. Yes. The Eligious Council is discontent. Now this is exactly what our character was looking for. Athola isn't somebody that conquers things, you know, not to a greater degree anyway. Instead, he is somebody... Try to acquire a title anyway. Yeah, he definitely doesn't like me either. Oh, he's zealous. Now that's bad. He's somebody that likes to play politics, and he knows that the Bretons also like to play politics, so he is perfect in his role right here. And the Liege Council is malcontent. I can't see anybody being malcontent, but whatever. Take a look at the factions. Nobody going at it in the Kingdom of Wayrest yet. Marshal Hadul told me about this idea. I couldn't really understand what he was talking about, but he was adamant. Adamantine, isn't that? Roll the credits. In his belief that this would improve the military, we could adopt it and spend literally nothing. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, whatever. Stop. Why does everybody hate Edric? Mark him as an important character, please. And then I will mark you as an important character as well. The Lords of Wayrest have approved the institution of the Absolute Rule Law. Now that is terrifying. Wayrest is held together. Wait, where's that? Point Counselor. Alright. What's the naming marshal? Are you stupid? No, I reject that. I reject being a marshal. Are you alright? And we get sick again. Gaining a cough, but we will also open the gates. No, I'm not gonna send you into hiding. Swamp rot. Swamp rot. I'm not sure that telling it. Please, keep it together. You're the master. We hate each other so much. So, Queen Tara the Fat of Tanith. Grand City of Santaki. So, we're... he has a holding down here now, apparently. Seek some treatment, yeah. Cancer? Oh, we got cancer. That's terrible. And we don't have cancer anymore. Now, this is magic, obviously, so don't... You know... Don't talk to me about it. Direnni is almost of age. Young Ankatar... Ankatar, I mean. Not Direnni. That is our dynasty. Am I stupid? Surrounds himself with a finery and is overly obsessed with his image. Should get out and talk more to people, or the young will be as they are. Vain and in... Yeah, right, I see. Let's try have him become gregarious. Nope, didn't work out. Oh, he's a terrible character, holy shit. Chase, jeez. Alright, Evening Star, this is the perfect time to do what I wanted to do this entire goddamn time. Let us hold a feast. Oh god, we still have a loan, don't we? I might as well. I have given the orders for a great feast to be hosted in Malfiera. Let the preparations begin. When I opened the door, I saw no one, but as I stepped aside to close it, a group of acrobats cartwheeled, somersaulted, and tumbled in. They performed all sorts of tricks, and everyone watching exploded into applause when they finished. Sure. A wandering minstrel entered the castle singing and did not stop until he found me. With a flourishing bow and one long sad tone from his lute, he finished his song and asked for my patronage. Let's say no to that. Best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. Yeah, it's not... Alright, I forgot about all these preparations. We don't have the money. Wow. I hate ya. Sure. Wayrest conquest of Torstad against Sentinel. So the former alliance that used to exist between the Queen of Sentinel right here and King Emeric the Cruel, or rather Emperor Emeric the Cruel, is now turned into quite the opposite. We're holding a feast while Wayrest is invading Sentinel. Damn, difficult times ahead, and Wayrest is far too strong. We need to weaken them somehow. Everyone drank and were happy except Mayor Choristia, who refused more wine. This insulting gesture means that he does not appreciate my hospitality. I mean, he is like underage, you know. How dare he insult me? Right, beautiful. It was a great feast. And I'm not going to stop the episode here. Instead, I'm going to do a little bit of role-playing. So during the fest, all of the family was there as well, obviously. And young Ankatar, who's a very brash kind of person, very loves himself, you know. He was overheard and he was drinking, because when you're 14 in the society, you're drinking, alright? Look at all these independent people, damn. Yeah, and since there's only hierarchy, he doesn't actually have any claims on them, does he? Yeah, he doesn't. Huh. And during the feast, young Ankatar said, "Why are we swearing fealty again to those filthy Bretons in Wayrest? We should crush them. We should absolutely destroy them." And Athalor, while being a drunkard and already being a bit drunk, he just walked up to his son and said, "Ankatar, tell me about your education. Who are the rulers of Betnik?" And Ankatar thought for a moment, you know, he wasn't really drunk, he was just a bit inebriated. And he thought and he said, "Betnik? There's no Betnik, there's only Bettany, and it's ruled by King Casimir the Ugly himself. Duke Athelor says, well... Give me one moment, I just want to look that up. Until 25 years ago, 26 years ago, it was ruled by Tazgol, an Orsimer. This Orsimer, and you know I have no love for the Orcs, helped the Daggerfall Covenant in the war against the Molag Bal army. They helped them against the Worm Lord, the Lord of Worms, I'm sorry. King of Worms? Yeah, King of Worms himself against Mani Marco. And even still, after all was said and done and the war in Cyrodiil had ended, the King of Daggerfall didn't give them any mercy. He conquered them, ousted their leaders, slaughtered half of their men. Tazgol is now forever living in exile in Krushka, which is an island far off to the west, close to what remains of Yakuda. That, my son, could have been us. I understand that you are extremely eager to do a service to your family, and I know that your heart is in the right place, but we swear fealty to keep our family, our heritage, and the holy sites in Bilfiara, the Shrine of Bilfiara, and of course the Adamantia, to keep them under elven control. He then sat down next to Ankatar and promised him to give once Ankatar was of age, and promised to one of the ladies. Ooh, a Mahomet. Maybe. We'll see about it. He promised him the county of Ovarius and said, you will be the leader of our armies. You have to be the right hand of your sister Erosa that will lead our dynasty for ages to come, and of your sister Arterial that will be the right hand in all shadowy things, or in everything that goes off beyond diplomacy and war. And you have to support your sister as good as you can. If you ever betray the family, I will haunt you. I will purge you, your name, your lineage, and everything out of the books forever. Never question what the head of the family does ever again. And with that, I am here to announce that once our son comes of age, I will give him Ovias in the hopes that he will indeed become the right hand of our sister, even though he appears to be a very shitty kid. But you know, it's role-playing. And Othello surely loves Ankatar, as Ankatar is named after the father of Othello. So I thought it would only be fitting if the very brash kid that Ankatar is were given a title, in the hopes that he, you know, reins himself in and supports the family over his own needs for attention and rule. But we will see how that turns out once he turns, I think 16 is the necessary age here, and once he gets the county. If he ever acts against his sister Erosa and our heir, then he will certainly face the judgment, both of our probably by then dead character Othello and by his sister. These are the dynamics that we have in the family right now. The feast is over, and so is this episode. We're in a very shaky political situation here. I hope that I can maybe expand a bit later on over here, which is still key part territory of Belfiara. But for the moment, I will leave it at this, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode as much as I did recording it. And I will see you next time when Skyrim may have another High King. Oh, what happened here? Queen Ren 1, yes. Skyrim may have another High King, and maybe Sarpa as well. Until then, and later.